started out. Good morning, everybody. So the coffee beans that I'm using this morning are dark roast. Look at that, perfect timing. I find sometimes when I make a dark roast, even when it's when I brew it the same way I brew my Uncle Nitty's Southern Pecan coffee or any other coffee that I brew, sometimes it's just a bit bitter. So I like to add a little cardamom to it. So the cardamom adds a great floral note to it, and it also adds a really great flavor. I'm stumbling over my words. Well, y'all know I haven't had my first cup of coffee yet. And sometimes even the first sip is enough. Let's go out to the garden. All right, so let's take a look. Missed the step there, that's what I get. And see what's going on out here. Lemongrass is doing good. This stevia, it's been in this pot ever since I planted it, and clearly I'm going to have to, let me see if I can see the bottom. Looks like there might be some roots. I have to check this out, but I think I'm going to put that in a bigger pot. I already know that I have one crookneck squash down here that I have to get. I've harvested about, I think 3 so far off of this plant. So I'm excited about that. My acorn squash, on the other hand, is a different story. If I can, I left one down here. They keep falling off. They're not going anywhere. So I'm just thinking they weren't pollinated correctly. I tried to do some self-pollinating. Clearly that didn't work if that's the reason that they're falling off. But I do have one back there. That one is about the size of a baseball. I harvested some greens with the baby. Yeah, cut it on the stem.
Right here? Right here?
No, right here. Right there.
Okay.
Wait, no, not not there. Okay, right there. There you go. Good job. Now let's go taste it. Let's go taste it. Did some greens about 2 days ago. Let's see. The corn here is doing good. I have put this question in a group that I'm in. Haven't gotten an answer, so I kind of just figured out my own situation. Now, this corn here has 2 shoots growing up on the side. The question that I asked was, is it a good or a bad thing? My first mind told me that they were suckers, very similar to the tomato plant, and coming to find out that they're called tillers. And they're neither good nor bad for the plant. And they're actually an indication that the corn is growing in optimal positions and that your soil is great. I'm gonna have to to stake that up. We got some purple peppers over here, which are very, very small. This was the plant that couldn't. When I planted corn over here, I planted it way too late. None of it came up except this. I don't know if anything's going on underneath there. It doesn't seem like it, but I'm not gonna bother it. It's not bothering me. I'm not gonna bother it. All of my pepper plants took a huge a huge beating. As you can see, this one, I cut the one pepper off of it that was growing, or that had grew. It grew to size, and that's kind of the extent of that. Everything out here was doing so well. Then we got hit by that heat wave, so I'm just gonna assume that is the issue. So I'm gonna harvest some Shishito peppers today. This thing seems to be doing fine in spite of all the heat. We've still got a really good amount of flowers. We got tons of peppers in here, down low. So yeah, I'm gonna harvest all in here, all peppers. So yeah, I'm gonna harvest those today. I can see there's quite a few yellow pears. Might be able to get maybe a half a dozen or so. It looks like some of them are turning yellow, but they still need some time. But yeah, there's a few on there. We'll pick those. Brad's isn't ready yet, but they're finally getting to size. This I'm definitely happy to see, because this is the plant that had the calcium deficiency. I took off dozens of fruit off of this plant that just wasn't producing. I'm sorry, I took off dozens of pieces of fruit that had end rot. And yeah, I was just feeling a certain type of way, because I was really excited about this plant because it was a variety of tomato that I'd never tasted before. And anyhow, so that one's doing well. Now, here we have the Scotch bonnet pepper plant. Now, for those of you that saw the video I did on the tomato hornworm, this entire shoot here, this whole thing was entirely eaten up. There were 3 tomato hornworms on this plant. As you can see, it's already, focus there, already starting to produce new leaves, all in here. All of this was chopped off. So I'm very hopeful. And also down here, we got 2 little hopefuls. So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm very hopeful that plant is going to produce some Scotch bonnet peppers. It's the second cucumber plant here. I can see I already have a cucumber down there. And what I did for the trellis was this. For this was just oh, there's 2 down there. Okay, so we got 2 cucumbers down there. I did one tomato cage this way, and I turned the other one upside down and put that one up that way, and then just bent it closed at the top. All right, here we have Roma tomatoes doing their thing, looking good. Over here, purple whole peas. I love the way these things flower. It's so pretty. And no peas yet, but we finally got flowers, so that's exciting. The fennel that I'm letting go to seed, that the wasps came and ate all of my caterpillars that were on here, the black swallowtail caterpillars. I have 1, and down in there's 2 cucumbers on here, and then I'm pretty sure this plant is done. You got 1 little baby one up here. I'm pretty sure this one is done producing. I've gotten dozens of cucumbers off of here, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's done. So anyhow, that's what I'll be harvesting for today. Some cucumbers, a couple of yellow pears, and some Shishitos. I'm also going to get some mint from down here, and some, I'm going to get this cilantro out of here. It's started flowering. And my quinoa, got to give my quinoa some water. But I've got quinoa growing here, and once I give that some water, it'll perk back up. And some more lemon basil. Some more lemon basil here. And yeah, that's about it. All right, got my harvest for the day. Got some lemon basil, some oregano. Well, this piece here was starting to flower. Anyhow, shishito peppers, some yellow pears, squash. Over here, some lemon basil. Did I say lemon basil here? This is lemon balm. But anyhow, lemon basil, cilantro, and some cucumbers. Here I've collected another bucket of kitchen scraps, toilet paper rolls, napkins, paper towels, and so, and shredded paper. So I thought I would show you all an update on the compost. So this is the one that I started back in March. When I stopped filling this one, we were up to this point here with scraps. As you can see, it's broken all the way down. We've got some really good soil production going on in here. It's doing a really good job at breaking down. And let me tell you the bonus. Guys, I found an earthworm when I came in here to turn it earlier. I found an earthworm in here. So I'm super excited because that's one of the things that we definitely want. On to the new one over here. We still got a little ways to go. It's still got a ways to go with adding compost to it. So I'm gonna give this a good turn, cover it back up, and get this one going. Alright, so I was having way too much fun in the garden this morning and I hadn't eaten anything, so I figured why not have these shishito peppers and show you guys how to do it as well. You want to clean them and dry them very well in a paper towel. And then what you're going to do is oil them as opposed to oiling the pan. You see all the grooves that these peppers have in it? Oiling the pan will keep the oil from sticking to the peppers and allowing them to blister. So that's why you want to oil the peppers and not the pan. Just give them a good toss until they're all coated and that oil is all in those grooves, like so. Then what you want to do is turn your heat to a medium high, and we're going to preheat the pan. Once the pan is preheated, you'll put your peppers in and just let them sit for at least a minute. You see them starting to jump around there. and give them a minute to start to blister before you move the pan. Now I was going to record this whole thing in real time, but I realized that they're not going to cook as quickly, and if anybody's like me, your attention span is already gone. Let's speed this thing up. I really did have something to say here, but they were so good, I didn't want to stop long enough to talk. So, yeah, I'll let the visuals speak for themselves. The last thing I'm going to do before this son cooks my camera is repot this stevia into a larger container. So I tried to set it back up on this table where I had it next to the parsley, and that didn't work out so well. So I put it over here next to the mint, which works just as well, because when I come out and harvest mint for tea, I grab a leaf of stevia to throw in there for sweetener. So now they're next to each other, so still accessible. And look at that. More let me get out of the sun. More tomatoes are already starting to turn yellow. Nice. But anyhow, thank you all so much for once again watching Black Coffee Gardener. Don't forget to grow something. And after you finish growing it and loving on it and raising it, cook it and eat it. Nourish your body, nourish your soul. Nourish your mind with fresh vegetables. Maintain your health with fresh foods. One more thing. Look how that quinoa perked up after a little bit of water. Yep. Alright, folks. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Don't forget to love on yourselves.